for that project. And that's really helpful, I think, in, I guess, conveying the message that you're mentoring a student on this project and it's not necessarily your interest. So
I think that's a
I
great
found it to be
idea.
helpful.
I feel in that way, the chair is mentoring the faculty as well, right? By having that system set up.
Yeah, yeah, we have, as Angie said, grant mentorship, and if something is a dissertation product, that's another little superscript thing, a D.
I like that system.
And sometimes you may have all of them together. It may be
Sure.
a dissertation.
Yeah, there may be, right,
So-
right, yeah.
Mhm.
Anything else?
When is it time to have a dissertation student on a growth plan?
I'm sorry?
When is it time to have a dissertation student on a growth plan? That is, they're not making adequate progress. What kinds of evidences do you recommend and timelines do you recommend to help someone perhaps exit the program that is not making progress?
Well, I mean, I think the answer is inherent in your question. If they're not making progress, it's time for a growth plan. And I have reached the point where if someone has gone 2 semesters and not made substantial progress, I'll tell them in writing that, you know, I love them and care about them, and if they don't propose by the end of the next semester, I'm withdrawing as their chair. So just,
Right.
yeah, give them a bottom line. They've got to get on board or I'm off.
And I think there's some in the EDLE pipeline that we definitely need to do that with the numbers we've got. And there's some that obviously are not going to finish.
So my question is,
And we're actually doing them a favor because some of them have a hard time cutting the strings, but then they're just wasting money
Yeah.
semester after semester on something that is never going to happen for them.
Give them a deadline, and then if they don't meet it, and say, you know, if you don't make this particular progress by this particular date, then you'll be discontinued from the program.
Right.
so programmatically, when is it the most beneficial? Before they do their QP, after they propose, like, you know what I mean, for like the dropout numbers? Like, how do they count and when? So if they've already proposed and they've advanced to candidacy, does that count differently than prior, you know what I mean? Because I know that's a metric, I don't know how it's measured here.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I've asked that question since I've been here, and I've yet to get an answer.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Because I don't want to see, you know, if we have 144 students in the pipeline, and, you know, 70 of them having QP, does that hurt us differently?
My guess is a non-finisher is a non-finisher.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter, and it's whether they eventually get the degree.
Right.
That's my impression as well.
And it's the time to degree.
Yeah.
So you push it out there and you keep pushing out there and your time to degree gets longer and longer, and that shows up on the coordinating board website. Long time to degree.
So if they drop, they're taken out of the denominator?
Yes.
So it's more beneficial to work them out sooner?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's interesting.
I don't know if this is true in your departments, but in my department, both of the programs keep a doctoral progress spreadsheet. And once a semester, we review doctoral progress. And it helps the professors to stay on the students and not let too much time go by. Yeah, I mean, I implemented that, especially in higher, we already really had something like that in counseling, but in higher ed. And there was some resistance to
I
doing
think
it.
it's a great idea.
But now that we're doing it, and even after we developed the spreadsheet, I was the one who would once a semester bring up, okay, we're gonna do this. Now they've taken over it and they do it organically. So I've been able to step away and it's self-running. Anything else?
You have the best job, second best job. The best job is retired. The first best job, and I always said it all my life, we have the wonderful opportunity to work with bright colleagues and bright students. And they make us better, and we make them better. And it's just, we have the best job in the universe. We really do.
Okay, well, we thank our panel today and thank y'all for your great questions. And I guess we'll move on to lunch here then.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.